Right, shall we call the Belvedere City Council regular meeting of June 17th, 2024 to order? If the clerk will help me with the roll call, please.
Albertini,
Here.
Brereton. Brereton is absent. Flurry,
Here.
Frank,
Here.
Freeman. Here. Gramkowski,
Here.
McGee,
Here.
Mulhall. Mulhall's absent. Snow,
Here.
Stevens,
Here.
8 present.
Thank you. If you will please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, we thank you for our country, our community, our families, and our freedom. And Lord, we thank you for our police and fire, paramedic, first responders in our community and throughout our country who bravely serve our citizens, no matter what the call or what time it is. We pray for their well-being and ask that you be with them and their families as they serve our communities. We thank you for our current military service members and for the men and women veterans who have served and sacrificed throughout our nation's history. We pray that you bless them and their families for their undying sacrifice. We also pray, Lord, tonight that you be with Bruce Larson. In his time of need, and give comfort and strength to his wife, his children, and his entire family. Tonight, as we conduct our city's business, we pray for guidance and that you give each of us patience, compassion, understanding, wisdom, strength, and courage as we ask you this in these things. In Christ's name, amen. We have item 3, public comment. We have Ron Wilhoit here. Ron, welcome. If you'd like to come up, please.
Hi, everybody. I'm just here to kind of follow up with you on the issues down at the park. I noticed that they were down there today and doing a lot of cleanup and stuff as far as cutting hedges and stuff like that.
Right.
And I know it's only been a week, but I just thought I'd just bring that to your attention again.
I know that Mr. Anderson and I had chatted about that, and I think that belongs to the Park District, and I had made them aware of it, and I believe they are aware of it. It sounds like they've at least started.
Okay.
So hopefully, if you don't see any signs of improvement, give us a call.
Okay. Because, I mean, it's pretty mucked up. I don't even know if they can do it with shovels. You might even get a backhoe to get a lot of that stuff out of there, so.
Or a skid loader.
Yeah,
maybe.
and maybe on a nicer day, too.
Yeah.
It was a little hot today. All right.
Warm out.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, we have item 4, approval of minutes. A, approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of the Belvedere City Council of dated June 3rd of 2024 is presented. If I could have a motion to that effect, please. Motion by Alderman Snow. Second? Second by Alderman Fleury. If there's any questions, any comments, any corrections? All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed, thank you. We have also a public hearing, item 5, public hearing. A public hearing on vacation of portions of Moriam Drive and Crosslink Parkway. We will open the hearing at 6:06 PM. If there's anybody in the public that wishes to speak. And the notice of public hearing regarding the vacation of Moriam Drive and Crosslink Parkway has, for the purpose of a public hearing for all interested parties, has been published in the Boone County Journal on May 30th of 2024. Thank you. We opened the hearing at 6:07 PM. If there's nobody that wishes to speak, we will close it at 6:08. Thank you. We have item 6, special messages and proclamations on the agenda tonight. We have Growth Dimensions. Pam Fettis. Pam, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. A few updates that I shared with you in this report. We have been working with many new projects. There's about 133 existing projects that we're working with. 55 are currently in its construction or commitment stage. Some of these projects that we're working with is manufacture of green steel and cold forged stainless steel products. They're seeking about $4.7 million investment into a 50,000 square foot building and to bring their manufacturing to the U.S. We're also working with an investor that's considering 160 acres in Boone County for future industrial development. We're also working with a data center that's considering about 400 acres in Cherry Valley. And why is this important to Belvidere is that it will bring a lot of infrastructure through Cherry Valley into Belvidere, especially with wastewater. We're also working with 3 separate groups considering hospitality and hotels in the region, and a manufacturer of electric power sports vehicles that is looking to bring 150 jobs, up to 500 in the next 3 years. A financial institution that's in the region is considering expanding into the Belvidere market. And we're also working with a realtor that, because of the limited capacity of housing in Boone County, we're working with them to message to developers and providing statistics and data so we can encourage the further development of residential housing in Boone County. We've also have had a lot of activity, some which was brought forward before with the Silver Shovel Awards. So Illinois did get the Silver Shovel Awards recognized by area developers. Walmart Perishable Distribution Center was submitted as a top project and directly contributing to this Illinois receiving the award. And we just found out that they were considered the non-manufacturing project of the year. So this was really exciting. I gave you a couple links in the report. We could always share them electronically with the clerk in order to distribute as well. And in the past, it was shared by, I believe it was Alderman Freeman that shared the site selectors state rankings, and I shared a link as well. This is really good. Illinois is in a really good position, especially in the Midwest with projects. They're leading in the Midwest this past year, and a lot has to do with some of the activity up here north. And also, we're Growth Dimensions, as well as General Mills and Rock Valley College leaders, Dr. Hanson Stewart and Lucas Greenlee, are finalists in the 2024 Manufacturing Excellence Awards. So this Thursday, we'll find out whether or not any of us had been the winner. So they'll be announced on Thursday. So we're just really excited to be a finalist. Growth Dimensions is one of 3, so there's 3 finalists for each category. And the mix and mingle that we hosted we had surplus of 60 supporters for economic development and investment investors that attended our event on May 22nd, but we appreciate your contribution to our organization, and we want to celebrate that further on August 29th, where we'll have our annual reception. So we shared with you save the date cards. We're going to have that at the community building, building complex in Boone County, beginning at 5 p.m. And again, we're going to have Bob Hess as our speaker. I shared much more data.
Anything else?
No, that's all I have.
Anybody have any questions for Pam? Alderwoman Grabowski?
Thank you, Mayor. Pam, you mentioned residential development. Is this multifamily or single family? What are they looking at?
I think they're looking at a combination. We do have a number of young people leaving the area because there's not, smaller housing units available for them. And multi-unit could be duplex, it could be a townhome, it could be a condo, it could be multiple things, but of course that would it would have to be brought back for further approval. But they're looking at a combination of housing opportunities,
Great.
as
thank
well
you.
as single. You're welcome.
Okay, any other questions? Yeah. Alderwoman Freeman?
Thank you. So, Pam, I think I know where the Wing Snob is going, but can you share the location for the Jersey Mike's? And there's a lot of speculation about the Dunkin' Donuts. Can you share anybody else that's going into that spot?
So Jersey Mike's will be next to the in the Walmart shopping area, but it'll be right next to Starbucks. And there's at this time there has not been other partners identified next to the Dunkin' Donuts that we're aware of. And Gina is on top of that as much as I am.
Lots
So,
of phone calls, but nothing
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Pam.
Thank you.
And item B, the Ida Public Library, Mindy Long. Hi, Mindy. Long time no see.
All right, hello, everybody. Good to see everybody again. We had an absolutely fabulous summer reading week last week. It was packed. The library had so many people in and out. We counted close to 3,000 people at all the events we had. We changed it up this week to make it a week instead of a day because it seemed like the summer reading day was turning more into a vendor event than being about the library. So we had events inside the library. They came in and out as an expo sort of thing. We opened up with a reptile expo, which was fabulous. Everyone loved it. We ended with a Touch a Truck event on Thursday. And I have to say, that was a great event. Thanks to Brent for the dump truck, which the kids loved. Thanks to Steve Pierce, who drove his combine all the way from Marengo to be there. Most popular vehicle on the lot that day. Thanks to the police department for the police vehicle. We parked blanket ship next to Rock River Disposal garbage truck in case there were any fisticuffs, but everyone behaved respectably. There were no issues.
That's good.
We had a mail carrier truck who brought in sorting boxes and had the kids pretend to get inside and sort mail. So it was a wonderful event. We were very happy to have that. So thank you, everyone, for that. We have some more events coming up. Summer reading runs to August 2nd. We finished at the end on August 17th with a guided hike and a picnic at Spencer Park. We're collaborating with Boone County Conservation District on a lot of our events this summer because our theme is Read, Renew, Repeat, all about recycling, conservation, and preservation. Next week, we have a farm animal story time. I can't remember if they're bringing a donkey or they're bringing a Highland cow, but there will be an animal next week on the property, so. Should be outside unless weather is bad, then we're gonna have to try to bring the animal inside, so we'll see what happens with that. We have a frog lady coming from Gurnee, Illinois in July. We finally were able to get Jimmy from Rockford Sexual Assault back again. She's wonderful. She's going to be doing her self-defense programs. She does one for adults, one for teens, one for kids. And she is absolutely fabulous. She gets those kids out of their shells. She's got them doing hens and chicks, and it's just amazing. So that's a registration, so sign up for that if you're interested in you yourself as an adult or your teen or your kids. We have 3 separate programs. Heritage Days, we will be at the museum. We will not be in the parade. The bookmobile's not the best at 5 o'clock in 100-degree heat. We have it in the shop right now because we were out at Belvedere North this morning. 200 kids from summer school were in and out of the bus, and the back AC went out, so it's in the shop right now. So it's not great in 100-degree heat. Let's see what else we have going on. So make sure if you're doing summer reading, turn your slips in by August 12th. We have some fabulous prizes for the teens. We are giving away a Stanley Cup. I did not want to join the Stanley Cup trend, but it's what the teens want. So if it gets them to read, fine. They get to turn their slip in every week for a chance at that drawing. For the building, I'm going to go on to building repairs now. Our downspouts at Madison need to be replaced. We have a couple of people quoting on that. So it's like a waterfall when it rains. We get a giant waterfall of water coming in by the children's section door. And we need to put 4 ceiling fans in the nonfiction side upstairs of the library. I think you might have all been around. I might have mentioned we had ceiling tiles warped last year in the humidity because it's a drop ceiling like this. In between the drop ceiling and the upper part of the roof is just nothing. It's just roof. It's a void space. There are vents throughout the soffits, but they don't circulate the air. So we're going to install 4 ceiling fans to help with the AC there. So we've had a lot of trouble with the AC units on that side. Let's see. Collaborations. We're doing a lot of collaborations. I don't know if anyone has seen the Story Walk at Belvedere Park. If you've been out to Belvedere Park, we got the Story Walk installed. It's been a dream of ours for 5 years. We worked with the Eagle Scouts. Michael Glass from the Eagle Scouts did the fundraising. Jen Jackie worked closely with us in getting the materials ordered, and her team installed them. And we will be replacing the book that's in there periodically, probably every month, depends. Right now, this one will stay that's in there until after Unplug Illinois comes up. So. We're so happy to have it. We've got a lot of positive comments. Even Rockford Public Library called me up and said, how did you guys get a story walk? So it took a while. Let's see. What else did I want to mention to you? The last thing I want to mention to you is about, we are doing a strategic planning committee. Our 5-year strategic plan is up in July. So the library board has formed a planning committee. They would like input from everyone in the general public. The first meeting will be Saturday at noon. You're welcome to come and stop by the library. I will not be there, but Brenda Obalade, our vice president, will be there leading the committee. She's looking for input. What do you want to see from the library over the next 5 years? What do you want to see me accomplish over the next 3 years, because I'll be retiring in 3. So you just stop by at noon and give her, your ideas and opinions. So. I think that's about it. We had some wonderful events also. We had our special need. I want to tell you about special needs kids. So the special need kids from Belvedere High School and Belvedere North have been coming in all year on Tuesdays, dusting for us, cleaning for us. Fabulous job. They're the hardest workers. They also have been sorting seeds for us back in their classrooms. And we had a celebration ceremony for them at the end of the school year. We had a pizza party, breakfast pizza party, and they all got certificates framed, and they were absolutely ecstatic. So we're on a summer break with them now, but we'll have them back again in the fall. So that's it. Any other questions from anybody?
Okay, any questions for Mindy? Alderwoman Freeman.
Thank you again. So Mindy, I think you announced a while back that the state had said all District 100 students are eligible for library cards?
Yes, they are.
Regardless of city,
It's
county?
not just District 100, it's all county
All,
children.
right. So you probably don't have the staff to go from school to school to get those kids registered and give them cards. So how is that working? Their parents need to come in, and Or how are you getting the notice
So
to the
I'll
parents?
explain a little bit more about that. So the Cards for Kid Act that was set in place by the state of Illinois allowed people to give cards to students in Belvedere. But there was an amendment made last year that allowed library boards to choose to give those no-fee cards to all children aged 3 to 18. And our library board voted to do that. They want all kids to be able to read with no fee. It doesn't apply to the adults, just to the children. The schools, Caledonia Elementary, Washington just contacted me today. They're very good about, we have a form for the parents to fill out. They send them home with the child, parent fills it out, signs it, and sends it back, and then we get the cards to them. Usually, like at First Step Daycare, they keep the little key fob tag, and then they give the parents the wallet cards. So that's how it works. And we've got, I mean, Caledonia Elementary, Jen First over there is fabulous. She signed up about 400 kids, pretty much just her alone, you know, making the marketing effort and getting the forms out. So that's how that works. And you can go to the Bookmobile anytime and sign up. If you're in a school district or a school, they can email me and I'll send them the form. I just sent Washington the form today. So we're at all the summer, but just about all the summer schools this year too. So
Right, so the school gets them and then they can
they
just
send
run
them
them
home
off
with the
and give
parents.
them to
Yep,
each
and the parents
grade
fill them out.
teacher.
Yep,
to
parents fill them
send
out,
home.
sign them, and then they give them back to us, and we do the cards and then give them to the teachers or the next time we visit. So,
Perfect.
yeah, it works out really well.
The other question I had, your programs that you are talking about, those are for the most part free, right?
They are, all of our programs are free. And I also want to mention that the summer programs that we have are totally funded. All the summer prizes and summer programs are funded by the Friends of the Ida Public Library. They sponsor all of our summer activities and our programs for the summer. So that's their fundraising efforts, their book sales, all the things they do, the Culver's Dine events, everything they do, they put that towards our summer reading. So, but yeah, there's no fee for any programs at the library. And you don't
Perfect.
need a library card either to come to a program.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else for Mindy? Okay.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Hope I'll see you in July, I hope.
Thank you, Mindy. All right, moving on, item 7, approval of expenditures. We have first general and special fund expenditures in the amount of $2,719,840.11. If I could have a motion to that effect for discussion's sake, please. Motion by Alderwoman Gramkowski, thank you, and second by Alderman McGee, thank you, both. Any questions, any comments regarding the general and special fund expenditures that you have in front of you? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, well, when the name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Albertini?
Aye.
Flurry?
Aye.
Frank?
Aye.
Freeman? Gramkowski?
Aye.
McGee?
Aye.
Snow?
Aye.
Stevens?
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. And we also have approval of expenditures for water and sewer fund, $435,820 even. If I could have a motion to that effect, please. Motion by Alderwoman Frank, thank you. And a second. Anybody? Second by Alderwoman Gramkowski. Thank you both. Any questions regarding the expenditures that are in front of you this evening? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Flurry?
Aye.
Frank? Aye. Freeman? Aye. Gramkowski?
Aye.
McGee?
Aye.
Snow?
Aye.
Stevens?
Aye.
Albertini?
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. And we have item 8, committee reports and minutes of city officers. For the record, items A through H have been placed on file with the city clerk's office. And item I, need a motion to approve the minutes of the committee of the whole, building, planning, zoning, and public works dated June 10th, 2024 as presented. Motion by Alderman Snow, thank you, and a second. Second by Alderman Albertini. Any corrections? Any comments regarding the motion on the floor? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed, thank you. Flipping the page, unfinished business. We have in your packet ordinance 680H for second reading. That being an ordinance vacating portions of Moriam Drive and Crosslink Parkway. Could I have a motion to that effect? Motion by Alderman Snow, thank you. And if I could get a second? Second by Alderman McGee, thank you both. That is an ordinance vacating portions of Moriam Drive and Crosslink Parkway. The City of Belvedere finds it in the public interest to vacate the vacated parcel as it no longer serves any public benefit due to the realignment of Crosslink Parkway, and the city is relieved of any of our maintenance obligations at that site. Mr. Anderson, I don't know if you have any comments regarding that.
No, unless there's questions.
Any questions regarding the motion on the floor? Hearing none, all those in favor will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Frank?
Aye.
Freeman?
Aye.
Gramkowski?
Aye.
McGee?
Aye.
Snow?
Aye.
Stevens?
Aye.
Albertini?
Aye.
Flurry?
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. And item 10, new business, we have item A, ordinance 681H in front of you this evening. That's a first reading, that being an ordinance granting a special use to amend the planned development within the heavy industrial district at Crosslink Business Park Number 2 subdivision. That you will see in 2 weeks. It will be back before you. We have item B, ordinance 682H, as well for a first reading, that being an ordinance approving a replat titled Replat of Lot 2 of Crosslink Business Park Number 2 subdivision. Again, that will be back to you in 2 weeks. We have item C, ordinance 683H for first reading as well, that being an ordinance authorizing the execution of an annexation agreement between the City of Belvedere and the Belvedere Township Park District. Again, in 2 weeks, you'll see that. Item D, ordinance 684H for first reading, that being an ordinance annexing certain territory lying south of U.S. Business Route 20 and west of Distillery Road to the City of Belvedere in Boone County, Illinois. Again, for first reading tonight only. And item E, we have a motion to waive Section 2-88 referral to committees of the City of Belvedere Municipal Code with respect to the application to the Organized Retail Crime Program grant. If I could get a motion to that effect for discussion, please. Motion by Alderman Snow, thank you. And a second, anybody? Second by Alderman Stevens, thank you. Chief, did you have any comments regarding this? I know this is going to be followed up with item F, but I don't know if you had any comments or not.
The only comment I would have is we're requesting it due to the timeline that we have to submit the grant application by. We just were informed that this grant existed last Monday, so we are kind of put behind the 8 ball and needed to put this on the agenda with the hopes that you would be willing to waive the referral to committee.
Thank you, Chief. Any other questions regarding Alderwoman Gramkowski?
Thank you, Mayor. So I've done some research about this topic and the surveillance and what this all entails. So I guess if it's appropriate, I'll ask the questions.
Alderwoman Gramkowski, this is a motion to waive the 2-week layover.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry.
It'll be up next if we get a waiver. We may not get a waiver.
Thank you. I'll bring this up
Definitely
then.
bring it up under item F. That's all right, no worries. Anyhow, I know there is a deadline, Chief, and that's what prompted this.
Yeah, I failed to mention, the deadline's June 30th.
Yeah, so. Okay, so this is just the motion to waive referral to committees regarding, with respect to the application that will be forthcoming here in just a few minutes regarding the organized retail crime program grant. So if there are no other questions, all those in favor will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Freeman. Aye. Gramkowski.
Aye.
McGee.
Aye.
Snow.
Aye.
Stevens.
Aye.
Albertini.
Aye.
Flurry.
Aye.
Frank.
Aye.
8 in favor.
Okay, thank you. Now we have item F, which is a motion to approve the grant application of the Organized Retail Crime Program grant offered by the Illinois Attorney General's Office for 4-flock safety automatic license plate reader cameras at a cost of $16,800. Motion by Alderman Snow and a second by Alderman Stevens. Thank you both. Now, discussion. Alderwoman Gramkowski.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So sorry about that.
No worries.
How much per camera beyond the 12.5? Like, is it gonna be $31.25 per camera? And, what data storage and maintenance, what are those gonna be? Do we know those? And is it included in, is the data storage and maintenance included in the price?
Yes, data storage and maintenance is included in the price. The cameras differ. There are two different types of cameras. And one camera is $3,500 and the other one is $3,000, with the average being about 31 and some change. Depending on which cameras we go with will dictate the overall cost. As far as data storage, it's maintained within Flock's data system, so we would access their system for any data that we're looking for.
And thank you. And so I know it says here if there's no match by the city, but would require, beyond the first year, that if the city decided not to fund the LPR camera project beyond year one, it would be removed by Flock without any further commitment by the city. Do we just forego that money, or do we get any kind of a rebate on any of that?
No, that money would be all paid by the grant itself. So the city itself for that first year isn't putting any taxpayer money into the program. And then ultimately, after that first year, I would bring back any data and statistics that we had in terms of the success of the program, and then ultimately request additional funding to maintain those cameras.
Okay, thank you. And also, I've done the research, so in my opinion, it violates our Fourth Amendment right. I mean, I think we all should kind of look into that. It's an intrusion to privacy. I get that it's for law enforcement. I understand that. But there was a 1967 case that the Supreme Court upheld that its protections are extended to the intrusion on the privacy of individuals as well as to physical locations. I'm a little concerned about that because Illinois has a lawsuit against it right now. I don't know if you're aware of that. And I'm just not quite sure. Do we wait and see what happens with that, or what do we do here?
Yeah, and that's a similar conversation that I've had. And ultimately, right now, we have the ability to utilize grant funds to implement this program and utilize the information that could be advantageous from an investigative standpoint. The information that is gleaned from these cameras is truly vehicle license plate, make, model, color. No different than what iPass and the tollway collect when you use the iPass. It doesn't record who's driving, any occupants of the vehicle, anything like that. It's truly just vehicle information only, and ultimately it allows us to search, what vehicles have been in a particular area, what vehicles have passed through certain locations. So it's not recording any type of personal data whatsoever.
Thank you. I'm just, for me, I'm just a little torn. I mean, I get the law enforcement aspect. I appreciate that, but I also right to privacy and surveillance for the non-criminals.
You're welcome.
Okay. Alderman Snow?
So are these cameras mounted in a vehicle, or are they stationary somewhere that and can be relocated as needed?
They'd all be stationary, and then there's a couple that could be mounted on different poles. So we could take them from one location to another. We're requesting one of those and then 3 that would be stationary permanently.
Okay, thank you. Alderwoman Freeman?
Thank you. So, building on Alderwoman Gramkowski's, I guess I was confused as your explanation doesn't collect any personal information, but at the same time, you know, your memo says that the Boone County Sheriff's Office, with their 6 cameras, have recorded 650,000 license plates read with 3,700 hits for suspended registration, internal suspects or suspended revoked drivers, 50 arrests, 1 stolen vehicle, 2 felony warrants, and identification of suspect vehicle and multiple burglaries. So I'm a little bit confused as to how they're finding people with suspended registration if they're not collecting that type of information.
Yeah, that is all information that is supplied by the Secretary of State's office, information that as law enforcement we have access to already. Anytime we would run a license plate number, that information populates and ultimately is reported through this system, and law enforcement would have access to that.
Okay, and then, so the yearly ongoing cost after the first year would be $12,500. What is that money for?
That is for the flock cameras, the ongoing cost for maintaining the data in their system and access to their, I guess, data.
So these are just like put on, I guess, stoplights, and then you put a sign up that, like, are they, I don't understand, does it tell people that there's, like, where it says, you know, your speed is being recorded by camera or whatever, is it that, or no?
No, the exact location is yet to be determined. That's something that we can look at where the best place to put these cameras is going to be. But there are going to be some logistical restrictions that we have in terms of finding poles that we can mount them to, whether it be a pole that we create or an existing pole that the city either has access to or maintains.
And then my last question, Chief, is there something else that this grant could be used to purchase?
It's possible, but we felt that this was the area in which we could have the most benefit for the grant funds. It's something we've looked at many times in the past. I know other communities have had a significant amount of success utilizing these exact same types of cameras with this same type of information.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Snow first, hand up, and then Alderman Albertini.
So, say hypothetically, this camera that's filming the deal is a camera that we're talking about, and a car goes by, and the camera reads that plate and identifies it, and if it does have some kind of connection with a violation, whether it's registration or some other identifying thing that's linked to that, where maybe it's an outstanding warrant on the owner. Who gets that information, how soon, or does that hit the dispatch at the 911 center right away, and you guys work with that information, or is that something that just somebody has to sit down once a week and delve through the computer telling that, oh, we got a hit here at this time of day, and then go back and watch footage or whatever it is it does?
No, the information comes, it gets broadcast over the radio, and it's something that, the only thing that, you know, depending on where the officers are in location to where the vehicle information is ran, you may not necessarily be close to the area, so that would be the only potential drawback is proximity. But no, the information that gets broadcast from the camera is relatively soon after the vehicle goes through the camera location.
Alderman Albertini?
Thank you, Mayor. Chief, are these cameras similar to the ones that I had brought to you before a few weeks ago that I had noticed over at Four Seasons?
No, those are trail cams, and now I guess we'll have to pull them down. But ultimately...
They're already gone.
No, it's, those are something that just simply record. They don't have a database that they draw information from. It's a situation where if we have an incident, we have a resource to be able to go back, review footage, and then see if we can find somebody that ultimately committed a particular offense, where this is a network of cameras and a database that allows detectives, officers, you know, any type of investigator access to information that either is current or something that already has happened, that they can either address it as it happens, whether it be at a traffic level, or go back and look for license plates, vehicle descriptions from a incident that they had that's already occurred. So it really is it's a network of information that you can utilize. It's far more, I guess, beneficial than, you know, reviewing something that may or may not have something.
Okay, I appreciate the information and sorry for ratting you out.
Alderwoman Gramkowski?
Thank you, Mayor. So in doing a little bit more research, the Liberty Justice Center filed a lawsuit Thursday before June 3rd. I don't know what the date is, and there's no hearing set on that yet. But what they're claiming is the data is stored within the law enforcement archival reporting network storage platform for 90 days. So again, my question is who's making sure of that? And the information can be shared with other law enforcement agencies and can be used for law enforcement or, quote, public safety function. Do you know what a public safety function is? It's not identified in the documents I read.
Do I know specifically what their meaning of public safety function is? No, I don't. I can only speculate as to maybe a kidnapping, maybe a child abduction, maybe you get you know, somebody that could potentially be a threat of some sort. That to me would be a public safety function. Maybe an accident where there is hazardous materials involved, and you know, you utilize that information for that particular reason. Again, all speculation on my part, but I guess as far as what I would consider public safety, that would all fall within that. In terms of the data retention, Flock only keeps their data for 30 days, but it would be something that they maintain, that storage. They'd be responsible for the purging of that data, but we would only have access to it for 30 days.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And again, I'm just going to reiterate my concern about the surveillance, data breaches. We know those happen all the time. I mean, that's nothing that the City of Belvedere can do anything about, nor the State of Illinois. It would be up to Flock and Matt Fury, not to be confused with you. the co-founder and CTO. I've done some research on him, and Jeffrey Lewis as well. So just making sure we all know what we're getting into.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And in terms of the lawsuit, it's hard to say, which direction that'll end up going. And from what we know about lawsuits, they can take years. And the amount of crimes we could potentially solve in that amount of time could be significant. I mean, I know there have been jurisdictions, Loves Park specifically, they've been able to solve homicides based off of the usage of these cameras. I know that some of it is traffic level information that you get, but we've had bank robberies where the utilization of these cameras would be beneficial and could potentially prevent people from committing serious crimes.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? Any other questions? Chief, the third paragraph on your memo dated June 17th, you go on to say the Boone County Sheriff's Office received this grant last year and was awarded 6 cameras. You and I had talked about this last year, probably prior to that, and one of the things that we had chatted about was my understanding that there might be some legal action that would be taken, although we did sit down and we did discuss that. And in your memo here, you go on to say, and I'll read it if you don't mind, they were able to get 3 cameras installed, Sheriff's Department used for April and May of 2024. In that time, they have recorded over $650,000 license plates reads, 3,700 license plates hits for suspended registration, stolen motor vehicle, stolen registration, internal suspects or suspended revoked drivers, 500 system inquiries, 50 arrests, 1 stolen vehicle, 2 felony warrants, identification of a suspect vehicle and multiple burglaries, and served as an investigative tool for a homicide. If these are put on, Chief, and I know you and I had chatted about this, if they're put on, I had asked for potential grant funding, and at the time it was a lot more money than what this is for. Where would we probably put these cameras, or can you tell me, I don't need to know specifically, of course, but I would think a major thoroughfare in and out of the city, something like that. But also, it's not only the cameras, it's some of the information that you're able to get through Flock, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And just preliminarily, in spirit of the grant for organized retail crime, we would look at areas that would probably be the most beneficial to try and address those types of crimes specifically. And the one area that comes to mind is the area in and around Walmart. That seems to be probably one of the biggest areas where we have the most retail crime. Plus, it does get a lot of traffic to and from the tollway. So where would the other cameras go? We would probably look at statistical data to see where maybe some of our problem areas are, analyze that, and then decide where they're going to be most effective.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Any other questions? Any other comments? All right. Hearing none, we do have a motion and a second on the floor, and the motion is approve the grant application of the Organized Retail Crime Program grant offered by the Illinois Attorney General's Office for 4 Flock safety automatic license plate readers cameras at a cost of $16,800. If there's no other discussion, no other comments, all those in favor will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Gramkowski,
Nay.
McGee,
Aye.
Snow,
Aye.
Stevens,
Aye.
Albertini,
Aye.
Flurry,
Aye.
Frank,
Aye.
Freeman,
No.
6 in favor.
Motion passed. Thank you. And we have, moving on, more motions forwarded from Committee of the Whole, Building, Planning, Zoning, and Public Works dated June 10th of 2024. Motions out of Planning, Zoning. Chairman McGee?
Thank you, Mayor. A, motion to approve a one-year extension to the special use granted per ordinance 628H at 1868 Crystal Parkway.
Okay, we have that motion out of committee. Is there any discussion, any questions, any comments? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
McGee,
Aye.
Snow,
Aye.
Stevens,
Aye.
Albertini,
Aye.
Flurry,
Aye.
Frank,
Aye.
Freeman, Gramkowski,
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. And item B, Chairman McGee.
B, motion to approve a one-year extension to the special use granted per ordinance 536H at 425 Beloit Road.
All right, we have that motion out of committee. Any questions, any comments regarding the motion on the floor? Hearing none, all those in favor will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Snow,
Aye.
Stevens,
Aye.
Albertini,
Aye.
Flurry,
Aye.
Frank,
Aye.
Freeman, Gramkowski,
Aye.
McGee,
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. Chairman McGee.
C, motion to consent to and approve the appointment of Carl Gunnewood to the Belvedere Planning and Zoning Commission for a 5-year term ending in May 2029.
Okay, thank you. We have that motion out of committee. Any questions, any comments regarding the motion on the floor? Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Stevens,
Aye.
Albertini,
Aye.
Flurry,
Aye.
Frank,
Aye.
Freeman, Gramkowski,
Aye.
McGee,
Aye.
Snow,
Aye.
8 in favor.
Thank you. And flipping the page, item D, Chairman McGee.
D, motion to consent to and approve the appointment of Natalie Monahan to the Belvedere Historic Preservation Commission for a 3-year term ending in April 30, 2027.
All right, thank you. We have that motion out of committee. Any questions, any comments regarding the motion on the floor? Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Albertini,
Aye.
Flurry,
Aye.
Frank,
Aye.
Freeman, Gramkowski,
Aye.
McGee,
Aye.
Snow,
Aye.
Stevens,
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. And moving on, Chairman McGee.
E, motion to consent to and approve the appointment of Dawn Brooks to the Belvedere Historic Preservation Commission for a 3-year term ending in April 30, 2027.
Okay, thank you. We have that motion out of committee. Any questions, any comments regarding the motion to appoint? Hearing none, all those in favor will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Flurry,
Aye.
Frank,
Aye.
Freeman, Gramkowski,
Aye.
McGee,
Aye.
Snow,
Aye.
Stevens,
Aye.
Albertini,
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed. And item F.
F, motion to consent to and approve the appointment of Lisa Kumero to the Belvedere Historic Preservation Commission for a vacated 3-year term ending in April 30, 2025.
Okay, thank you. We have that motion out of committee. Any questions or comments on the motion on the floor? Now's the time. Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Frank,
Aye.
Freeman, Gramkowski,
Aye.
McGee,
Aye.
Snow,
Aye.
Stevens,
Aye.
Albertini,
Aye.
Flurry,
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed. Thank you.
And G, motion to consent to and approve the appointment of David Kumaro to the Belvedere Historic Preservation Commission for a 3-year term, ending in April 30, 2027.
Okay, we have that motion out of committee. Any questions or comments on the motion at hand? Right, hearing none. All those in favor of the motion will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Freeman. Aye. Gramkowski.
Aye.
McGee.
Aye.
Snow.
Aye.
Stevens.
Aye.
Albertini.
Aye.
Flurry.
Aye.
Frank.
Aye.
8 in favor.
All right, thank you very much. And I do want to thank Carl Ganewu, Natalie Monahan, Dawn Brooks, Lisa and David Kumaro for their help with essentially providing a necessary job with no benefits, no pay. And some of them have done it in the past or participated in the city's business, and I certainly appreciate it. Moving on, motions of Public Works, Chairman Snow, I'm sorry, Vice Chairman Freeman.
Thank you, Mayor. H, motion to approve the proposal from Advanced Rehabilitation Technology to complete the lining of 10 sanitary sewer manholes at a cost of $41,237.75. This work will be paid for from sewer depreciation line item number 61-1790.
All right, thank you. We have that motion out of committee. Any questions? That is a low bid by far. Any questions from the council on that motion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of the motion will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Gramkowski.
Aye.
McGee.
Aye.
Snow.
Aye.
Stevens.
Aye.
Albertini.
Aye.
Flurry.
Aye.
Frank.
Aye.
Freeman.
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. And item I.
Aye. Motion to approve the proposal from Innovative Underground to complete the lining of 470 lineal feet of 8-inch sanitary sewer main for a total cost of $39,950. This work will be paid from sewer depreciation line item number 61-1790.
All right, we have that motion out of committee. Any questions regarding the motion on the floor? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of the motion will, when the name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
McGee.
Aye.
Snow.
Aye.
Stevens.
Aye.
Albertini.
Aye.
Flurry.
Aye.
Frank.
Aye.
Freeman.
Aye.
Gramkowski.
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. And item J, please.
J, motion to approve the proposal from Innovative Underground to complete the lining of 2 sanitary sewer services for a total of 55 lineal feet at a cost of $13,750. This work will be paid from sewer depreciation collection line item 61-5-830-6000.
All right, thank you. That motion out of committee. Any questions, any concerns? Alderwoman Freeman?
Thank you. So, Director Anderson, these lining of the sanitary sewer mains, are those on the streets that are going to residential that have, like in Alderwoman Mulhall's situation, damaged holes or whatever to prevent backups, or is this something else?
So the service lines are the lines, those 2 service lines to be done are our portion of the services from the right-of-way line out to the main. And they have some cracks, it's got some deterioration, and due to their depth and their locations, it's much more advantageous for us to line them than it is to excavate it all up, dig it up, and put new in. So that's the case in that. The case on the sewer main lines that you just approved are more, these locations are in backyards and cross-country, basically going through areas that are mature trees and so forth that would be, again, much more expensive time-consuming to have to excavate out and replace it.
So we're fixing this before it becomes a problem. How do you know which ones? Do you just go by like the oldest, or have there been problems?
No, they've been identified as problems, and we've had to do root treatments and clean, and then visually inspected after we go through and do the cleanings and see what the conditions are.
So this is a proactive.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Okay, Alderman Snow?
And you mentioned roots, does this tend to seal it off better than what's currently there to prevent root seepage and cause issues potentially?
Yes, basically with the lining, you're creating a new pipe within the old pipe, and it's seal-proof, and it keeps the roots out, and basically it's like installing a new pipe.
Okay. Director Anderson, does this more end up like a pipe that's infiltrated maybe with tree roots or dirt? Does this end up becoming like a PVC pipe? Is it more like a PVC pipe?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So
yeah.
they
It's
do.
a synthetic material, so
Okay.
it'll last for a long time.
All right, thank you. Any other questions? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion on the floor, then will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Snow,
Aye.
Stevens,
Aye.
Albertini,
Aye.
Flurry,
Aye.
Frank,
Aye.
Freeman,
Aye.
Gramkowski,
Aye.
McGee,
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. And item K, please.
K, motion to approve the engineering services work order from Baxter and Woodman in an amount not to exceed $46,000 to complete the wastewater treatment plant facility planning report. This work will be paid for from the sewer depreciation line item 61-1790.
Okay, we have that motion out of committee. Any questions regarding the motion on the floor? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Stevens,
Aye.
Albertini,
Aye.
Flurry,
Aye.
Frank,
Aye.
Freeman, Gramkowski,
Aye.
McGee,
Aye.
Snow,
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. And item L?
L, motion to approve the proposal from Aquatics Informatics, Inc. in the amount of $16,660 for the purchase and installation of Rio Water Operations and Compliance Software for the wastewater treatment plant SCADA system. This work will be paid for from sanitary sewer connection fees.
Okay, we have that motion out of committee. Any questions for Mr. Anderson regarding the motion on the floor? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Albertini,
Aye.
Flurry,
Aye.
Frank,
Aye.
Freeman, Gramkowski,
Aye.
McGee,
Aye.
Snow,
Aye.
Stevens,
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. And item M, excuse me.
M, motion to approve the proposal from CES, Inc. in the amount of $8,050 to complete the preliminary engineering for the Genoa Road Improvement Project. This work will be split with the county, and the city's share of $4,025 will be paid from line item number 01-5-360-6140.
Okay, thank you. We have that motion out of committee. Any questions, any comments on the motion on the floor? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay. As the clerk calls the roll, please.
Flurry,
Aye.
Frank,
Aye.
Freeman, Gramkowski,
Aye.
McGee,
Aye.
Snow,
Aye.
Stevens,
Aye.
Albertini,
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. Item N,
N, motion to approve the low bid from Rock Road Companies in the amount of $514,757.55 for the 2024 MFT Street Overlay Program, subject to IDOT approval. This work will be paid from MFT funds.
All right, we have that motion out of committee, the low bid by a little bit. Any questions? Alderman Fleury.
Thank you. When will this work begin?
By the time we get the contracts out, get them signed, and get them back from IDOT for approved, my guess would be probably mid-late July.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Any other comments? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion on the floor will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay, as the clerk calls the roll, please.
Frank?
Aye.
Freeman? Aye. Gramkowski?
Aye.
McGee?
Aye.
Snow?
Aye.
Stevens?
Aye.
Albertini?
Aye.
Flurry?
Aye.
8 in favor.
Motion passed, thank you. And last but not least, item O.
Motion to approve the low bid from Countryman, Inc. in the amount of $9,412.75 for the 2024 MFT thermoplastic pavement striping project, subject to IDOT approval. This work will be paid for from MFT funds.
All right, thank you. Any questions, any comments regarding the low bid by quite a little bit on this project? If there's any questions, now's the time. Just to clear it up, no relation, is that correct, Mr. Countryman?
That is correct, Your Honor.
I thought so, thank you. We don't want to have any misunderstanding. Thank you. Hearing no, anybody? No? Okay. Hearing no questions, all those in favor of the motion on the floor will, when their name is called, answer aye. Any opposed, nay, as the clerk calls the roll, please.
Freeman? Aye. Gramkowski?
Aye.
McGee?
Aye.
Snow?
Aye.
Stevens?
Aye.
Albertini?
Aye.
Flurry?
Aye.
Frank? Aye. 8 in favor.
Okay, motion passed, thank you. And before we adjourn, I did want to mention June 28th and 29th, we have, which is Friday and Saturday downtown, we have the Heritage Days events. For those on the council, we have our parade will kick off at 5 p.m. And if you want to ride on the city's float, please get a hold of Gina or me and let us know. And also, there will be Friday and Saturday, and also Saturday at the fairgrounds, 6 to 9 p.m. There will be some festivities there as well, with a rain delay date for Saturday events on Sunday. As well, Belvedere Police Department Deputy Chief Matt Wallace is retiring from the Belvedere Police Department after 27 years of dedicated service. There's a luncheon for Matt, Deputy Chief Wallace, Friday, June 21st, from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. That will be at the PSB lower level training room, so if you can make it, put it on your schedule. I know he'd appreciate it. Yes, sir.
And the parade-wise, they're starting by the library coming in this direction. Is that correct?
Gina?
Correct, it will be starting on the north end of town and then ending at Logan and Main. That way everyone in the parade can take Main Street right back up to where they staged and get back to their vehicles. We've been working with the police department and Public Works to have a uniformed parade route. That way there's kind of one set of barricade plans, one set of emergency preparedness plans. It helps to alleviate a lot of confusion when every event is different and people are trying to remember what was what.
Okay, yes. Good point. Chief Woody? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. We had to change the venue for the swearing-in ceremony for Sergeant Byrd, the Deputy Chief, and Officer Shook to Sergeant from here at City Council Chambers to the museum due to the amount of people we anticipate that day. So it will still be 10 a.m., but we did have to change the venue.
Thank you, Chief. At the museum. All right. All right. I guess that's all we have. I entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by, I'm sorry. Alderwoman Graham-Kowski.
I'm sorry. So just
You
kind
can
of.
throw something at me. It'll be
My-
the first time.
Director Anderson, meetings ago, we talked about maybe the intersection of Logan to Route 20, or just Logan Avenue and the bypass Genoa Road. Has there been any communication with that from the state? If they plan on fixing the potholes, or maybe just redoing the intersection?
I haven't heard anything. I'll have to follow up with them.
Okay. All right, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Alderman Snow, second by Alderwoman Frank. Thank you both. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody want to stay? All right, for the record, we adjourned at 7:11 PM. Thank you, everybody, for your time.